I wanted to talk about this yesterday, but didn't have time. Last week, after weeks and weeks of not taking questions in a press conference, after days of having nothing public on his calendar whatsoever, Trump decided to do basically a campaign rally. He went to Ohio to do a rally in front of a friendly crowd. It's kind of like what you do when you're running for president. Supposedly, it was going to be an infrastructure speech. By the way, how often is it Infrastructure Week? It seems like almost every week in this administration is Infrastructure Week. Trump went completely and totally off the rails. It turned into a very strange, garbled rant, resembling the English language only loosely and demonstrating a sort of Sarah Palin-like inability to communicate anything of meaning through language. And it got so bad that the three major cable networks, CNN, MSNBC, and Fox News, all just cut away from the speech, although you'll be pleased to know that good old Fox Business Network stayed with the entire thing all the way through. Here is Fox bailing when it got weird. Former George W. Bush White House Press Secretary Dana Perino, who's now a Fox News anchor, fittingly, explaining that they are going away. And she looked sort of in physical pain as she said it.
32,000 soldiers.
All right, you've been watching President Trump, who is in Ohio, giving a speech, a wide-ranging speech, but mostly focusing on his infrastructure plan. And former White House Deputy Chief of Staff Karl Rove is back with me.
I like that. Wide-ranging is code for Trump is all over the place. Real quick, go to Karl Rove to try to save us here. So even Fox cutting away, even though they did stay with it a few minutes longer than CNN and MSNBC. So here are just random weird moments. The entire speech was totally off the rails, all right? Here's just a random 20 seconds of Trump from the speech.
We're a very important and respected, in some circles, Democrat said we should get rid of our Second Amendment. In other words, get rid of it. That's really it's tyranny. Could be right about that. So we're going to protect our Second Amendment. That's not going to happen. We have the best judges. We put on a tremendous amount of great federal district court judges. We'll be setting records. We are setting records. Appeals court judges. Supreme Court judge, fantastic, Justice Gorsuch.
What is he talking about? Setting records? Like, what the hell is this guy on? Just another few seconds from Trump's bizarre speech that networks couldn't even stay with.
And we didn't have one Democrat who voted for that. They want to raise your taxes, and they want people to come in from the border, and they want, I can't imagine they want, but certainly drugs are flowing across borders. We need walls. We started building our wall. I'm so proud of it. We started. We have 1.6 billion. And we've already started. You saw the pictures yesterday. I said, what a thing of beauty. And on September 28th, we go further.
Yeah, that was a lie, by the way. The pictures he's referring to were from the replacement of 2 miles of border fence dating back to the 1990s. We've got one more clip. Again, just disjointed rantings of a madman.
We spent, and I was against it from the beginning. They try and say, well, maybe not. I was against it from the beginning. And by the way, we're knocking the hell out of ISIS. We'll be coming out of Syria like very soon. Let the other people take care of it now. Very soon. Very soon we're coming out. We're going to have 100% of the caliphate, as they call it, sometimes referred to as land. We're taking it all back quickly. But we're going to be coming out of there real soon. Going to get back to our country, where we belong, where we want to be. But just think of it. We spent, as of 3 months ago, $7 trillion, not billion, not million, 7 trillion with a T. Nobody ever heard of the word trillion until 10 years ago. We spent $7 trillion in the Middle East. We'd build a school, they'd blow it up. We'd build it again, they'd blow it up. We'd build it again. Hasn't been blown up yet, but it will be. But if we want a school in Ohio to fix the windows, you can't get the money. If you want a school in Pennsylvania or Iowa to get federal money, you can't get the money. We spent $7 trillion in the Middle East. And you know what we have for it? Nothing. Remember, I used to say, keep the oil. As a civilian, I used to say, did anybody hear me say that? That's before I decided to go on this journey with all of you. I got tired of watching.
What on earth is this guy talking about? It is the disjointed rantings of someone who understands nothing. It's always infrastructure week or month or whatever. Nothing actually happens except Trump just showing up and talking about his random musings here. And there's two phases of a Trump speech. There's the horrible syntax of the teleprompter reading, where he's looking off at an angle and saying, and if we were to become a better nation of, and then we would, right? Like, it's just, he can't read it. It just makes no sense whatsoever. And then you see when he shifts off the teleprompter and looks straight ahead, but then you don't even know what the guy's talking about because he's just completely off the rails and improvising. And I hope that soon we actually get a press conference. Supposedly he's doing one today. Questions like, Mr. President, can you just say definitively, did you have sex with Stormy Daniels? Did you realize that your people were knowingly and directly dealing with Russian intelligence officers? Did you know about the $130,000 that Michael Cohen paid Stormy Daniels? Have you reimbursed? Some specific questions, and you can't put them out there because he could end up saying something horribly self-incriminating. So I hope we get a press conference soon. These speeches are so bizarre that even Fox News had to cut away from it.
Even if he did get those questions, though, I think he would go off on a tangent about how he won the 2016 election. It was greatest victory of all time. Something like that to deflect.
Maybe he would, but I think he would very likely end up saying something totally self-incriminating, and it's pretty clear they're trying to keep him away from those types of questions. Hopefully he will get some today. Bizarre speech that a lot of people on our subreddit noticed, and you can join that discussion if you can stomach it at davidpakman.com/REDDIT. Today's episode of The David Pakman Show is made possible in part by Brilliant. You watch The David Pakman Show or listen to The David Pakman Show, so clearly you're interested in politics and in following what's going on in the world and the economy, the environment. But what's crucial to understand is that almost everything we talk about on this show is sort of on the foundation of math, science, and philosophy. And keeping up with the news is one thing, but you're never really fully equipped to understand political issues and have debates with people until you've actually developed a more complete understanding of how the world works and how these issues work at the most fundamental level. And Brilliant is one of the most effective and enjoyable ways to do that I've ever come across. You can learn hands-on about statistics, crime, climate science, energy. It's a long list. And you can get started right now by signing up for free at brilliant.org/David Pakman. First 200 people who visit brilliant.org/David Pakman will also get 20% off an annual premium membership. Check it out. Sign up for free today at brilliant.org/David Pakman.